Hello. What do Socrates, Einstein, Shakespeare and Peter Drucker have in common? Well, according to the book The Power of Questions by Andrew Sobel and Jerry Panas, they all knew how to ask power questions. Asking the right questions will help us build relationships, win new business, and most importantly, influence others. Leadership is synonymous with influence. Asking power questions is one of the best ways to increase our leadership influence and our leadership effectiveness. Throughout history, great leaders like Socrates, Jesus, and others understood the power of questions and used them to great effect. Posing questions was the primary tool they used to educate the masses who otherwise had no formal education. Their pointed questions also left a mark on the people around them. Their questions made people think and view the world in a different way. In fact, the Socratic method of questioning is based on asking and answering questions. Why? To stimulate critical thinking and to draw out ideas, and most importantly, check the underlying assumptions whether they are correct or not. 2 millennials later, Albert Einstein and Peter Drucker also loved to ask provocative questions. Legend has it that asking the right questions eventually led to the discovery of the theory of relativity. Once, Einstein was sitting in a boring meeting. I'm sure you've been there. He felt like time was at a standstill. He couldn't help but looking at the clock on the wall again and again and again. He then asked a question, a powerful one. How do I know what time is it now? Well, he said that by looking at the clock. Upon further investigation, he concluded that the beam of light reflected back from the clock and reaching his eye told him the current time. Then he asked, what would happen if I traveled along with that beam of light? Would time stop then? What if I traveled faster than the beam of light? Would the clock then probably turn backwards? And would the time then go in reverse? Powerful questions, aren't those? Eventually, these curious and powerful questions led to the famous and the groundbreaking Einstein's theory of relativity. To quote Einstein himself, I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. That's the power of questions. Shakespeare and Peter Drucker. All great artists have always understood the importance of curiosity and asking powerful questions. When I say Shakespeare, which phrase comes to mind? For most people, it is the famous phrase, to be or not to be, that is the question. It is no accident that the most famous and probably the most dramatic passage in literature is built around what? A question. A single powerful question. Peter Drucker is considered to be one of the gurus of modern management, and rightly so. He was famous for his intense questioning sessions with his clients. That was his method. Instead of offering advice to his clients, Drucker would pose simple but penetrating questions. What business are you really in? What do your customers value the most? Once a journalist referred to him as a consultant. Drucker laughed and told him that that was incorrect. He wasn't a consultant, he was actually an insultant, referring to his style of asking really tough and direct questions to all his clients. Want to increase your influence as a leader? Learn to ask power questions. Leadership is nothing but influence. Well, want to increase your influence? Again, learn to ask powerful questions. Ask, don't tell. Good questions challenge our thinking. They reframe and redefine the problem. They throw cold water on our most dearly held assumptions. They force us out of our traditional thinking. They motivate us to learn and to discover more. They remind us what is most important in our lives. Ask a power question as a leader and then be silent and listen with all your effort. It will do wonders to your influence and your leadership brand. Here are some of the examples of power questions from the book. When you want to understand what motivates and drives the other person, ask, why do you do what you do? When trying to get anyone to raise their effort to the next level, ask this question. Is this the best you can do? When someone cannot make up their mind about two alternatives, and usually at that point of time, more logical analysis is usually not helpful, then ask these powerful questions. What do you feel is the right decision for you? The book is filled with more than 300 power questions and dozens of real-life stories where authors have seen leaders use these powerful questions. Authors themselves too have used these questions. It is a must-read if you want to improve your ability to ask power questions as a leader and increase your influence and authority as a leader. For more leadership tips, visit our website and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Both are in the description of this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, do share it with others who may also benefit from it, and see you in the next video.